Hello, and welcome to the Underhive.
Courage and honor.
Thank you for rejoining me here with our man Titus. And we are going to continue with part 4, Dying of the Light. So, I think it's very early in part 4, so we're just going to grab the Iron Halo. And we are not going to take the Plasma Cannon fella for granted this time. Yep, we know what the Iron Halo does. It takes a lot more of a pounding than the Orcs do, I'll say that much.
Ultramarines, attack!
Not very accurate though, is it? Saying that, neither am I. Well, you got two different flavours there, Orky boy. Point blank rockets, there's no need for that. You'd have thought he'd have got a bit more accurate with 10,000 years of practice, wouldn't you? Don't worry, Andros, I've got you. Well, I mean, it was fortuitous that we popped our clugs last time because I didn't realise we'd gone over, but yeah, I definitely made a meal of it last time. So, by the looks of things, the Chaos Forces are the Black Legion. So, I thought we might talk a little bit about the Black Legion. That is something that I know more about than the Ultramarines, specifically. Now, there are loads of great books on the Black Legion, particularly there's a trilogy, only 2 of the 3 are out. And I believe the first one is called The Black Legion. And then the second is Talon of Horus, I think. Both of them are narrated from the point of view of Iskandar Kaon, a former Thousand Son.
Requires that I put voice to my concerns.
Speak then.
You held the unshielded power source again, Captain. And again, you emerged from the exposure unscathed. The Codex Astartes warns that those in league with Chaos can withstand the warp's touch.
You forget yourself, Ultramarine.
Leandros, I do not take this warp resistance lightly. But the search for answers must wait until after we deal with this Chaos invasion.
What if that is too late?
Leandros, enough. We need to keep moving.
So Titus may fear his own corruption. On that note, not the first Ultramarine to be corrupted. I forget his name, but in the Heresy there is an Ultramarine who is corrupted by Horus and the servants of Horus into attempting to assassinate Malcador, the Regent of Terror and right-hand man of the big M-Dog himself, well, E-Dog, but M-E-M. Nothing else going on. So yeah, one of them tries to do over old Malcador, and you'd think really the Ultramarines would have no traitors. Now, I don't think he wanted to fall to Heresy, but it was a very particularly well-orchestrated plot by the servants of Horus and Horus himself. But that's another story. But the Black Legion are ultimately under the leadership of Abaddon, the Despoiler. And a lot of people really hate on Abaddon because it's took him 13 Black Crusades to even really make that much headway in destroying the Empire, or the Imperium. Really, you've got to put it in perspective of what his aims were. His aims for the first 13 Black Crusades weren't to take over. For example, one of them, potentially the first, I'm not 100%, was to claim Draknayen, which is the demon blade inhabited by the demon of the first murder. The demon which manifests under the Imperial throne, under the Imperial Palace in Terra, in the Webway, very soon before the Siege of Terra, and it causes a right ruckus. And I'm not 100% actually. It's been a while. That's in Master of Mankind. It's been a while since I've been through that one, so I'm not 100%. But
Brothers, attack!
oh, Chaos Marine go down. Why do they all get plasma cannons? The cheekies. We're not going to worry about them traitor guard. Oh, he's proper stabbed me there. Right, we're getting out of dodge here. I'll get back to Draknayen in a minute. So yeah, so Draknayen is really it's not a blade inhabited by a demon. The blade is the demon, from what I understand. So it's not sort of fair to say that one is sort of affiliated with the other. One is the other. So yeah, Draknayen's a strange artifact indeed, because it is essentially a demon in its own right. But we're going to heal up off this Trader Marine. I wouldn't want to be chainsawing a plasma gun or plasma cannon. That is a one-way ticket to Pound Town. You're going to get yourself nuked. You never want to chainsaw through anything plasma related, really. So yeah, back to the point. So Abaddon leads the Black Legion. Abaddon being the first captain of Horus's Sons of Horus at the time of the Great Betrayal, and of course arguably not the Legion that orchestrated it, but they were the front men, the lead singer, if you will, of the heresy. And Abaddon picked up the reins after Horus fell at the Siege of Terra. Oh, I'm here.
This whole planet has gone mad.
Tell me about it.
Forces of chaos are invading this world. We must get to the Titan and
And
destroy
we
it.
opened the gate.
I know what route to take. I deployed troops to man outposts between the Calcus facility and Bastion Primus. From there, you can access the rail network and cross to Manufactorum Majalis.
Oh, I had a last cannon.
Understood. I will meet you there.
Bit of an overkill on just the gunner, but I survived 2 las cannons. No chance. Not having that. So yeah, Abaddon leads the Black Legion. Now, arguably, Abaddon forged the Black Legion. The Black Legion wasn't a thing without Abaddon. But really, he can't claim sole creation of that. Because if it wasn't for the likes of Iskandar Kaon and people like Fire Fist, I forget his actual name, he's an ex-World Eater, then it wouldn't have happened. So I'm just going to get rid of this guy and then I'll carry on. I just didn't want to get plasmid out of the park there. I'm gonna chop you fools down for even daring to shoot me with your crappy las guns. Well, didn't get the chance. So, after Horus fell, and all the traitor legions scatter off, and I say scatter, all but my beloved Death Guard scattered. The Death Guard largely stayed together, and although like several named apothecaries joined the likes of Fabius Bile, and there are some other traitor warbands, the direct opposition to the Black Legion having been led by the Death Guard who made their way out on their own. These Rocketeers are as dangerous as the Chaos Space Marines though, if I'm honest, because of the accuracy on that. And the fact that they take several headshots. Thought I was safe there. Whoa, why are they still shooting me? Get the shield up.
An orc invasion.
Abaddon went inside himself a little bit, really, and he as far as I understand, retained inhabitation, if not ownership, of the Vengeful Spirit for a great deal of time when all others thought it lost. And Iskandar Kaon managed to locate and encourage Abaddon to take his rightful place as leader of Chaos Forces.
Cooper, get yourself together right now.
Yes, Mom.
And it was only then that the Black Legion really came into being. So the Black Legion hasn't existed since the Heresy or directly after the Heresy.
What is your situation, Lieutenant?
As well as can be hoped, considering we are surrounded on all sides by the enemy horde.
We're heading back to the command post, Captain.
Get out of the way, Sergeant. Come on. Size of a fridge, man. So yeah, Abaddon only created, if you like, or fathered, or whatever else you might want to say, only created the Black Legion when sired, I suppose might be a better word, when the other warbands of the Chaos Forces started to follow suit and join him, as opposed to being out on their own. Because the Chaos Forces, individually, our Chaos Space Marine is a Heresy era Space Marine. They're from 31st to 33rd millennium. So, firstly, time travels differently in the warp. So, the time since the Siege of Terra to the 41st millennium isn't the same for all Chaos Space Marines. For example, in some of the Night Lord books, not related to the Black Legion granted, but in some of the Night Lord books, they reference having only felt like it had been a few centuries. Whereas, oh come on. Whereas for some of the Death Guard, some of the Black Legion, it had been, to some, even millions of years. So, whilst in some ways they're corrupted by their chaotic affiliation, in other ways they benefit greatly from it, in terms of, particularly the Psykers possess a greater control over the warp and their ability to use it as a weapon. Again, Iskandar Kaon being one of those. I'm not gonna give out the whole story, because I think it's very much worth your attentions if you're into that. But Iskandar Kaon, after leaving his 1,000-some brethren, but before finding Abaddon and the Vengeful Spirit, he essentially was a mercenary or sellsword in a way, just an assassin killing with his psyker powers for the highest bidder, and quite often targeting the lowest bidder. So yeah, I mean, the rival warbands wanted each other's leaders dead constantly, I'm sure, and it would presumably end up in a bidding war for the likes of assassins to not only sort of counter-assassin each other, but to just, say, well, if you've been paid to kill me, I'll pay you more to kill them. So that's how Iskandar Kaon eked out a living, but he didn't trade for armory or wealth or, you know, weapons particularly. He would trade for arcane lore, for warp routes to better traverse the warp, and to be able to increase his, you know, his saleability in terms of the services he could offer. So he was a fantastic tool for Abaddon. But of course, Abaddon not one to accept failure. Doesn't treat him particularly keenly, as the tasks set before him are not things that are easily accomplished, and I'll leave it at that. But the Black Legion, in my opinion, only truly exist from the point that the First Black Crusade occurs, and that is actually the step at which those 2 of the 3 series of books actually finish at this stage. So the 3rd book is due out at some point in the future, so at some stage we will get the conclusion to that. But I find the Black Legion as a whole quite an interesting subject, more so than just Chaos's, you know, generally. I think the Black Legion have more flavour than many of the other Chaos sort of just war bands that exist, like say the Red Corsairs, and just the sort of older legions like Fulgrim's Legion. Whilst not entirely, but I would say Fulgrim's Legion still have quite a lot of cohesion under the lead of Commander Eidolon, who you may be aware Fulgrim decapitated at one stage, but he had Fabius Bile sew the head back on, and Eidolon is still with us today, of a fashion. Doesn't like Fabius though. So of course those sorts of things can be gleaned from Fabius Bile books, and also I believe he cuts Eidolon's head off in, it's either in Fulgrim or I think it's just in Fulgrim, the book called Fulgrim. This guy's just never stunned until he gets door round face. Oh, those like super homing rockets.
Come, brothers, save me.
That was terrible. Overkill on the squig there, to be honest. I'll let it blow up Andros. I'm not taking the bullet for him. Definitely one nearby. Never mind, grab the ammo. But yeah, I can definitely feel it. It diminishes my ability to play the game. I feel like the Chaos Marines have turned up though. But the reason I wanted to mention that is that these are very clearly Black Legion, and whilst the Black Legion do have ties to, well, Abaddon has ties to all 4 patron Chaos Gods, and could call upon the demons of all 4 patron gods. I still find it very weird that the Psyker in his control, because Abaddon isn't a Psyker. The Psyker Terminator that we saw, the Black Legion Terminator that we saw in the cutscene towards the end of the previous episode, I just find it weird that they would be accompanied by
I half expected to find a demon chewing on your
corn demons. It just seems very unlikely. Because, I mean, I'm not suggesting for a moment that they could beat that Space Marine, but they would want nothing more than to eat the Space Marine's soul. Firstly, the fact that he's a superhuman, is you know, a point in favour of trying to eat his soul, but also the fact that he's a psyker, and that is just their piece de la résistance.
Aye, Lieutenant.
Yeah, absolute top of the range to them, that. So yeah, it just seems a little bit hard to believe. But we shall soldier on.
This way.
I'm ahead of you. Don't be mouthing off orders when you're falling behind.
Lieutenant.
Follow the orc bodies. It's alright having all these sandbags, but when they only come up to sort of thigh height, they're not doing very much.
The orcs are back, and they cut power to the sentry guns.
All of them?
They took out the generator. We couldn't defend it against such numbers. We had to fall back.
The Ultramarines and I are almost at your position. Mirror
It doesn't sound particularly injured. I feel like you should have given a bit more of your life for that generator, if I'm honest, soldier. Because right now, you're as much use as that broken generator is. Well, broken or captured, one of the two. Back underground. We're looking like ammo-wise, very dry. Okay.
Genetic scan complete. Adeptus Astartes.
Ooh, plasma gun.
Access authorized.
Oh, it made me skip the plasma gun. Oh right, it doesn't recharge. I thought the...
More green skins.
Okay, so does this just instantly explode then? Because that seems more legit as to how it's supposed to be. In which case it begs the question why they made the plasma pistol work the way they did, but whatever.
Imperial Guard! Stand your ground! The Ultramarines are here!
How are these rockets so accurate? I suppose it's on hard mode, they're supposed to hit me, but which feels like it'd be fine if they were a one-shot as long as like not everyone was a hit. The point about orcs is they hit on a 6, but when they do it really hurts. Yeah, so this goes off immediately.
You can see why we need the sentry guns. There aren't enough of us to hold this position without them.
Lieutenant, the central outpost is under attack.
Yeah, I haven't got any
Tell them
qualms
we're
with
on
the
our
plasma
way.
gun actually.
Move out, brothers.
Sorry, I just needed to adjust there. Moving out. So yeah, I can't fathom why the others work the way they're working if this is the way this works. The auto, I mean, it's not the way I'd have envisioned it, but I'm fine with the plasma gun actually.
We need those sentry guns.
Lieutenant, where is the generator?
If you continue on, you'll find...
Of course it clipped the banister.
Store power. Brothers, the guardsmen will need your help until the guns are reactivated.
We will hold the line, Captain.
Which line are we holding, brothers? Am I supposed to be able to get round there? Can one of you get on the plasma cannon, boys? You're not doing very much here. And of course the first rocket up in the first 4-mile radius is like, yep, taking out the main character. Tactically though, that's a sound strategy, so you can't fault them for that. Again though, less ammo, slower rate of fire, more damage would have been the way to go for this. Ah.
Better crippled in body than corrupt in mind.
Only just though. I'm not sure I can get behind that sentiment. I'm gonna go down the trenches this time.
We need those sentry guns.
Lieutenant, where is the generator?
If you continue on, you'll find it at the end of our fortifications.
Oh right, I was supposed to carry on. That's why they weren't being that aggressive.
The guardsmen will need your help until the guns are reactivated.
We will hold the line, Captain.
I mean, I'm not going to be using the plasma gun again, if I'm honest. I don't think it's that good. Stalker Bolter felt infinitely better. Because like, if this was the only mode it had, it'd be okay. I just don't think they've got the effect down right. So I'm just only going to use it on fully charged. But it is a shame that it hit that barrier when, I mean, a Space Marine wouldn't clip a barrier with it. They've got more sense than that. Not the best trade there, lost a lot of armour. Oh, but we get a freebie. So that's okay. Dragged myself off target there, it was all me. I'm gonna take the trade. No, not worth. What I wanted to do was pull them back a bit, and then we could nail them. Never learn from my mistake with them. Rocketeers and executions, not a good combination. Oh, no, that's really bad. Ah, what is that?
Never forget.
Where's my support? Oh dear, there's loads of them. Yeah, I needed to go slower there. I thought there was less Rocketeers than there was. Well, that's not good. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the plasma cannon, plasma gun. I just feel like you might as well use it like this way if it lets you, but because the other way's so slow without the payoff. Just feels like really ammo inefficient. Those chunks got blown all over the place. So yeah, I'd have liked my Stalker Bolter, but we'll get one back soon, I'm sure.
More humans to kill. More humans to kill.
Right, now we need to sort these Rocketeers out. Because I am not having any of it. Yeah, they do the job.
Sentry guns are back online. Captain, your men are near an access point to the rail network. My guardsmen will point the way. Another gateway is close to your position.
Which way is that? Okay. I thought, it can't be backwards, it's got to be forwards with all these other possible directions we could go.
Carry on, Guardsman.
As you were.
Sidonus to Captain Titus. We are running into orcs down here. Nothing like above, though. Just enough to be an annoyance. We will be there soon.
Understood.
But yeah, while we're in a downtime moment, fingers crossed it is. One of the main reasons I like the Black Legion is that they don't rest on their laurels. Well, we'll take the melter instead for now. Don't want one of them. Attack the ammo. We don't need those. Yeah, so one of the main reasons is they don't rest on their laurels. They actually are trying to accomplish something, whereas most of the renegade warbands are just pulling in a different direction to another renegade warband, as opposed to fighting the Imperium.
I'm Boss Grimskull!
Oh, we have a name. Is it though? Oh, we have to fight him now. Boss fight.
This ends now.
That's right, 'cause I'm gonna kill you, Space Marine!
That true?
Don't kill me! Stand still! So I can kill you!
Was that a flashbang, or did he? Is that an ability he has, or? What? Sneaky buggers. Yeah, he's proper crushed me there. Me a right pasting. I'm hesitant to go in with the las cannon straight up. I'm glad we've got the melter though, actually. Now the point is, the melter would be enough, like to melt. He's only made of metal. He's not made of like a sun.
Paint these walls with your blood.
Well, not by ramming your own face into it, you know. Ah, savage.
Cleanse and purge. Why do you give me so much trouble, Space Marine?
Seems like we've got to the next phase at least. Oh, you're running off for now, you weakling. Yeah, the rockets work better than the grenades. Squigs, less so. Unless they're going to sneak up on me as well. He took one look at me there and was like, "Now stay up here with boss."
To victory!
He told me these pierce through armor. Like I've hit him in the head enough to replace his face with a crater. Is he dead? Done him.
I ain't finished with you yet, Space Marine!
But I am finished with you, Orc.
I'm struggling to believe that the same pistol I was using earlier was the one that did that to his face though. Because his face took about 400 bolts there. And you're telling me one shot from this finished him? The plot. Nah, I'm not going to riff on him for that. Like, you know, games have those bits of, you know, flawed logic. It's fair enough. It just didn't have to be the case.
The damned Orc is dead.
Finally, some good news.
This rail line will take us direct.
I mean, you could have helped me from there.
The faster the
Cheers for
better.
just hanging out and
Those
catching
orcs
5.
slowed us down.
And gave Nemiroff time to prepare his invasion. We must get to the Titan and destroy that warp gate.
The Titan.
Captain Titus, the orcs are running scared. What's happened?
The captain dealt with their war boss once and for all.
We have a chance now.
Bolster your defenses. The demon host will not be so easy to frighten off.
Good luck, Titus. All our hopes are with you.
Ah, so he might be a demon host. Now, I don't know if they've just used that term
5,300
willy-nilly,
workers absent.
but a demon host is different to a possessed marine, for example, like the Gal Vorbak. The Gal Vorbak is the name for the word bearers who... There's a few ways they can go about it, but essentially share their
This is
body
Captain Titus.
with a
What
demon.
is the status of the Titan?
My crew and I are aboard Invictus, but she's immobilized. You will need to activate our berth's backup generator to release the mooring clamps.
Understood.
It's a nice armory we've got going on there. Mechanicus wall art atop them. So yeah, so that, you know, Gal Vorbak is that they are still, for the most part, in control of their body, and they have what they call the war form, where they, you know, sort of devil trigger. If you've been in, if you've ever played Devil May Cry, it's kind of when, you know, they let the demon sort of have control of the physical parts of their body, grow big claws, wings, etc., and make them otherwise harder to kill. Wow, there's a lot of lads coming at us here. Whoa, I didn't realise quite so much. Let me recover, boys. You take the reins. Got a little bit carried away. Whereas a demon host is when the mortal body has had the soul removed to make way for the soul of the demon. So they are then essentially a demon with a mortal shell and the ability to remain in the mortal universe, the materium, as opposed to being bound to the immaterium aside for occasional warp rifts. Like, for example, if we close the warp rift, the demons that exist here will have a limited time before they dissipate. Whereas a Gal Vorbak with a you know, mortal soul, a demonic space marine, but still with the space marine soul, they would be able to stay. So it's whoa, 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 whoa. We're just going to shoot him, we're going to go for the other one. Got me from the other side of the wall, are you joking? Also, their plasma cannon is way more powerful than mine. I want one of those pattern ones. Although it does look like it's a bit warp tainted. Now you'd think he'd help his brother there in that tussle, but he didn't. And I suppose he is helping him by one-shotting me like that, nearly. Sidonis is like, yeah, he's down for the count. No, definitely kill him. Take his head. So yeah, I don't know if they've just loosely used the term demon host, or whether Nemiroff actually is a demon. Fully a demon, just with the body of a space marine around his flesh. Didn't get a good look at them, I didn't see what they were. Just Some kind of grab skiff by the looks. I knew it was behind me, but I thought I could get away. The beeping should have been a clue.
Damn you, heretics! I shall have vengeance. We march for the crag.
Oh my god, heavy bolters. Oh great, so I actually have to stand there and take it, do I? Oh, leg shot, that'll do. Back on heavy bolter, the cheeky bugger. Oh dear, there's just so many. I'm greying out, brothers. I've not long left. Oh yeah, 300 shells. Tasty. What an arm he's got! Ah, maybe that's the demon host they were referring to. That does look like a demon host, to be fair. Didn't clock that previously. So apologies. What is this? Just what? Where did it even go? I feel like Leandros should be promoted to captain, and Titus should go back to line soldier. Is, you know, even with this Iron Halo, is a bit of a weakling. Right, we're just going for it. Smash him. I thought that'd catch him. Are we? I don't know why it came up with B, because it's not like I can melee him up like 20 feet in the air. Ah, sniper. Kind of goes against the grain that the heretic Laz is green and the loyalist Laz is red. You'd expect the other way around, really. I mean, if they're using las cannons rather than just a long las, then that's the one thing that it's like gives me more resistance than them. Because the las cannon, or at least if that is what they're using, like mine virtually. I suppose no, it did take more than one shot to kill him, so yeah, it's about the same then. That's fair enough. I'm not going to not equal damage. Always. I'll get rid of it now. It's outstayed its welcome. To the Factorum! Invictus will walk. It's like a giant watch strap.
Hard work occupies the body and distracts the mind. It is a noble and worthy thing.
True that, sister.
All workers of Class 9 and above must report for their shifts despite the emergency.
There it is. The God Machine. Invicta.
That did it, Ultramarines. If you can release our mooring clamps, we can bring devastation to the invaders.
I think you'll do more than
Renegades
that.
have it well guarded.
Understood.
Methinks you will level Hamblocks. For that is what Invicta was built to do. That was more suppressing fire than anything, I think. Certainly not on target. I do like... Whoa, what an arm these guys have got. X-ray vision and all.
Beware, grenade! Traitors, Captain!
Yep, they're all traitors. Thank you for keeping me abreast of it, Andros.
For Ultramar!
I'm like correcting it more than I need to. Oh, I'm stuck in corner. Got your back, Andros. Madness. I feel like they brought like a strike cruiser full of grenades between them. he's on our team. Sorry, Andros. No way you took a bolt to the gut and just like, yeah, I'll just go to kneeling. Got stuck there. Oh, what is this? I mean, he warned me. They are pretty well dug in. You know, he wasn't shouting breeze. Should probably use the las cannon. For any of you there screaming, use the las cannon, I shall do it this time. Start with a stalker bolter. It says it can shoot through, but it didn't there. Oh no, that was the Kraken, wasn't it, that can shoot through cover. What is that? Did you see that throw? What are they feeding these cult? Well, I suppose they're traitor guard rather than cultist, but what exactly are they giving them to be able to like throw it like that, like super accurately, like 60 feet? I mean, it probably wasn't that far. It just feels pretty far, considering like mine didn't go that much further. I mean, I haven't got any problems with the Marines doing that, because they're Marines, but... He's tough, isn't he? He took 2. Now, I will say, I haven't got any problem with there being corn demons in this bit, because they're not directly associated with the Psycho. I haven't got a problem with them being on the same team, just not in direct proximity or under direct commando. Like, read my mind. He's like, which way is he going to go? I'll chuck it that way.
Ultramarines!
Definite overkill.
I will feed you to the dark gods myself, Ultramarine.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, nearly got a good kill on me though in return, didn't he?
Ultramarines targets. Spill their blood.
Now that is one angry looking power maul. Some kind of demon thunderhammer. We'll use our power against him. Never bring a maul to a las cannon fight. He was the easiest enemy around here. Like a long shot. That las cannon with the amazing throwing arm was more of an issue. I can't even remember what words I used there. What I meant was traitor guard. I don't think that's what I said. Traitor guard with a good throwing arm.
I will take care of the clamps. You and Leandros get the
Give him the clamps.
Understood, Captain.
These do the clamps. I thought this was the way I needed to go. I thought we were splitting up. Ah, we are. Because I need to give him the claims.
You belong to the machine god. You are a
I
cog
don't.
in the glorious.
No, we'll keep what we've got.
Enoch, I have Inquisitor Drogon's power source with me. We must use it to supercharge your weaponry.
The power source? The rites involved in using it safely. Only the High Fabricator himself.
Unless we act now, an entire Chaos fleet will hang over your Forge world.
Understood.
Nobody needs an entire Chaos fleet hanging over any world. Except for me. I'd have quite enjoyed it had they written the story from the other direction. But that's not a problem.
Weapons authorization confirmed.
Oh, there is a
Master Marine
Stormbolter,
Captor.
but
The
it's...
Emperor be with you, Space Marine.
Stormbolter is a double-barreled bolt gun, rate of fire just shy of that of a much bulkier heavy bolter. This hail of projectiles comes at the expense of stability, limit the well. Yeah. Very nice. But then, is it like a double Kraken or just like a double standard? Because if it's not double Kraken, then it's kind of... It's not that much better, if anything, is it really?
Mooring clamps released. Invictus powering up now.
Yeah, I think perhaps I'd underestimated the size of a Stormbolter, to be fair, earlier on.
I'm coming aboard.
Yes, Captain.
Invicta walks! Cracking stuff. I assume we've got a bit of chaff to shoot through here now. Oh, the bloat drones! That looks like a greater bloat drone model, actually. Nice! I'm happy to see some Death Guard stuff in here. The greater bloat drone only available from Forge World. You can't buy it off GW directly. It's got to be Forge World. But those fans on the back of it, turbines is the word I was looking for. The turbines work really, really well as wings for a Demon Prince. Mine, I don't have them because I didn't want to shell out for a model just to only use the turbines off it. But they make really, really good wings for a Demon Prince of Nurgle, if you're bothered. I mean, with all the like additional like point defense guns on there, I shouldn't have had to take that out with a Titan stood next to me. I mean, the gall on it killing me next to a Titan, not trying to kill me next to a Titan. Go on, Invicta. That's a badass gun on the side of it there, though. Let me know if you know what that is. I assume that is some kind of las weapon, so like a... It's not. It doesn't look like a volcano, because that's a volcano cannon's like a giant melter. That looks like a macro las battery. Nah, no, macro's mortal. Yeah, if you know what that is, let me know. I feel like it's some kind of giant las weapon. like a las cannon on steroids.
Enoch, I have a target.
It didn't look like a melter, didn't look like a plasma, didn't look like a mega bolter or whatever they're called, so I feel like it has to be a las weapon, but I'm not 100% sure what they're called on Titans, particularly the massive ones like that. I could go and pick up extra ammo, but I'm not going to bother. I'm not a massive fan of the lack of accuracy. Now I know it's all fair and well me saying that. I'm not that accurate anyway at the best of times.
I bring the power source.
Travel across the armature to the starboard side, Captain.
Oh, it's twin linked.
Maintenance apps for the volcano cannon.
Protocol
Oh, it is a volcano cannon.
access authorized.
Oh, maybe volcano's not a melter then. Or maybe the volcano cannon's on the other side. Whoa! I could deal with one, but not like 3 Demonos at once on a moving Titan. Well, they've all got Beam of Death active. Yeah, not with that gun anyway. Not on a moving Titan. Damn you, heretics! No! Ah, you!
Is the Emperor's currency. Spend it well.
Savage. So we will be taking the Stalker now, and the las cannon.
Enoch, I have a target for you. The orbital spire.
Spire? But Captain, it is a masterwork of the machine god.
It
Not
is
anymore.
feeding energy into the warp gate above it. If we are to stop this invasion, the spire must fall.
I understand.
He accepted that far too quickly. Like, no, it's a masterwork of the machine god. No, we need to. Okay, fine, yeah. You point me at it, I'll level it. That is not how these conversations take place. Generally.
Where must I bring the power source?
I didn't pick up last cannon.
To the starboard side, Captain. I will open a maintenance apps for the volcano cannon.
Protocol suspended. Access
So maybe
authorized.
that's the
The
volcano
access below
cannon.
you, Captain.
I feel like I've got to kill them first though. I feel like they have a way easier time hitting me than I do them on a moving Titan. Will you stop with your beams? So that doesn't kill them. Obviously there's no way for me to execute them, so that's just incredibly unfair. So they get 2 extra lives because I can't execute them. That was a miss. And I'm out of ammo. Oh, finally. Oh no, bloat drones are back. Now I will say I'm not sure what gun should be on a greater bloat drone, but I feel like it's a blight launcher, and that isn't a blight launcher. That looks like a Kraken bolter, which is not bow friendly. Pretty sure they have some kind of blight launcher. I happen to have 2 of the. Ah, oh, come on!
In body than
I happen to have
corrupted in
2
mind.
of the smaller light drones, and if you're interested, I run mine with plague spitters rather than the blight launcher. Is it blight launcher? I mean, I've got the codex next to me. I can look it up, but I don't want to waste time with that.
Orbital spire.
Yeah, they've got like either
It is a masterwork of the machine.
I think it might just be heavy blight launcher or something like that. But yeah, they've got like a heavy ranged weapon or the flamethrowers, but I don't think the blight launchers. But the larger ones don't have that. No, we wanted the stalker. Stalker seemed to actually do me a better job on this bit actually than the last cannon, so.
Captain, I will open a maintenance apps for the volcano cannon.
Protocol suspended. Access authorized.
The apps is below you, Captain.
Oh, was I supposed to just get in? Oh. Oh, it's so awkward on a moving Titan.
Life is the Emperor's currency. Spend it well.
Well, that seems like enough for one episode. We haven't got a full part done, and I'm a bit gutted about that, but we'll pick it up next time and hopefully do the full of part 5 as well. But we'll see how it goes. This bit has definitely posed a bit of a challenge, but I don't want the episode to be ridiculously long. So we'll leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. If you've got any questions, let me know. We'll have a chat about that. But other than that, I'll see you next time in the Underhive.